I'm Jens Anderson, aka Spytle. Welcome to another episode of Spyt-Takes. This is my lovely co-host and wife, Eleanor Anderson.
Ah, real names.
Formal today, yes, to match your lovely blouse.
Thank you.
Keeping it a little more snappy and upscale. So we'll go with Eleanor.
Keeping it loose.
So, we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Constantine tonight, which was a fantastic episode.
Yeah, I was scared.
I remember you saying that. There were points when I was actually scared, you said.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
So hard. Maybe some arrow.
So it also had great episode. It had Jeremy Davies in it as well.
Love Jeremy Davies.
Yeah, he plays this character called Richie, and Richie Simpson, and he does a fantastic job with this character on the show. I really like what he does. So the show opens up with some teenagers doing something stupid. Let's go experiment with magic.
Yes.
Oh look, I found a Ouija board that belonged
Exactly
to my
what I was
grandmother.
thinking.
Let's go play with the Ouija board.
See
No.
what happens.
Yeah.
Horror
so
ensues.
They each sort of split off into this, what you think at first might be different realities, but it's actually just different locations in the same house in this alternate reality.
Right.
So it turns out a long time ago there was this magician, crazy sorcerer who was a murderous psycho.
Mm-hmm.
And to escape punishment in hell, I guess he sends his soul to another reality.
Right.
One that he can build out of his own imagination, which was really a cool idea. So basically, if he kills you in this world, your body dies the same way out in the real world.
Right.
And once you enter his realm, he can see you in reflective surfaces and pull you back into his world. So Fatty Student, who loves his pizza during cramming nights, my kind of guy.
Punch the pizza dough down, and it's time to sauce it up. Oh boy, is my mouth watering. You're gonna want to put a big dollop of that tangy red dead center on the dough, then use the cheese to shove it to the edge.
Oh, yeah. Sure, I think you should take a look at... Whoa!
What?
Like that. He definitely gets axed first. He gets a bag put over his head and he's asphyxiated.
Right.
And his body dies.
And because he's sucked through, I guess on his way to his next class, he looks into a window, sees his reflection.
And this creepy killer guy is behind him.
Yeah, he's like, and all of a sudden his soul gets sucked into the other dimension.
And then the killer puts the bag over his head. And he's dead on the ground. Another girl. And then Ellen and I at that point were basically running a poll.
Who's going to die next?
Who dies next? Who's being sufficiently stupid in this horror movie scenario, this horror story scenario, to die next? I think our bets were on the dancer, for sure.
Do you know why? She was annoying.
Yeah, because always
She
get
was
rid of
in
the annoying one
denial.
first.
She's just like, oh, it was just group hysteria. when we all just thought we were in that house, we really weren't. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, oh, she's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
Run, bitch, run! He gonna kill you!
There was this other dude in there too that had no hands, and then he had hands again, and so apparently once he traps your soul in there, he can keep killing you. So their souls weren't done though; they were now dead, and they would be running around this reality, and this guy would keep hunting them and torturing them regardless.
It's awful.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. So, Dancer goes next, and then the student of Richie Simpson is the next one to go in. He tries to save somebody, the dancer who's already dead, and he gets killed. And Richie and Constantine happen to be there when that happens, and all these slits go up on his wrist. And, he gets
Richie
his
is a
throat
great
cut.
character because it's Jeremy Davies.
Yeah.
Who if you've seen him before in other films and TV shows, I think he was in Lost for a while. He always plays kind of that kooky, nutty, young, smart, professory type dude, which is perfect.
What is this Wayne's World thing? You go.
Well, no, 'cause he's always just doing things with his hands, so he's very expressive.
Yeah, he is. He's got a lot of motion and mannerisms in his.
So
stuff.
that's why I'm doing this, because it's
Yeah.
Jeremy Davies. And so I was really glad they chose that actor. I thought he was great.
Well, he's taking pills right now. Apparently, he's
Yeah.
some kind of medium, psychic, can see things. He's taking all these pills to block it out because the rising darkness is making him super paranoid and fearful all the time. He's afraid all the time.
He doesn't want to go crazy.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to have this life anymore. He looks at people like himself and Constantine as a cancer, and that people they come into contact with get hurt and die, which is much what other folks have said about Constantine as well, and even Constantine himself.
Even because Richie's like, we're evil, we're bad, we're
Yeah.
a cancer on this world.
No one wants to see your ass, Penny. Settle down. So I love that, and one of the coolest parts of the episode for me was Constantine is basically giving Richie crap about not participating in this and trying to run and hide and all that kind of stuff. And Richie basically says, "You know what? I've figured you out. You're just like me. You feel the same way I do about all this stuff, right? I know that's why you act the way you do, because inside you feel exactly like I feel right now." And it got to Constantine.
Yep.
It got to him.
Because anytime John Constantine has been told off in this show, it never really sinks into him. He's
Right.
just like, whatever.
Yeah. He's
But,
like very headstrong this time.
But with Richie, Richie is somebody that he respects, and that they go a long way back. So
Even if, and I think you're right about that, but even aside from the respect issue, it's more that to me they go a long way back. But it's a truth.
right.
It was a truth, and it just knocked Constantine off balance. The facade cracked because it was like when you hit that perfect note on a crystal glass and it shatters it. Or the brown note that makes you poop your pants. I don't know if that's a real thing.
Dude, I can't wait till those New Yorker kids play the brown noise and crap their pants. We have to watch them. We can't miss it.
Brown note.
Let's see if we can make everybody poop. You have to harmonize with me or it won't work. Apparently Ellen's not into trying the brown note.
No, why would I?
I don't know.
I don't want to shit my pants, and I certainly
No,
don't
we
want to see
wouldn't
you
do
shit
it.
your
We're
pants.
Okay, fair enough. So anyway, I loved that moment. That was the best moment on the show. So Constantine and Richie figure out that they are going to need to step into this reality to try and save this student who gets abducted.
Right.
In fact, they try and save the student by bringing her back to the wheelhouse. I forget if it's the millhouse or the wheelhouse they call it, but basically
Wheelhouse.
the cabin, the wheelhouse. And the whole thing is warded and protected. There's been enchantments cast on all these surfaces. So even the mirror where you see all the ghosts throughout the episodes, which, by the way, in this one, I think Constantine is drinking a ton at the beginning. And Manny kind of tells him about wallowing in his own, misery and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, and you notice while he's drinking, he's wearing his shirt, his white shirt's a little bit looser.
Oh, here we
tie's
go.
A little looser, and then he's just in his boxers.
Yeah, boxers. No lady trench.
Like, he can't just, when you're chilling out and relaxing, he couldn't even take his tie off.
He's in boxers,
Why
but it's a tie.
would it kill the writers just to put him in a white t-shirt? I think not.
I know. We
It's
might
a
not
little-
recognize
you know?
him, though, if he doesn't have the skinny tie.
And you
the...
know what? I bet you had black socks on, too. I bet you didn't even take his socks off.
So he was drinking heavily, and I forgot about this because it actually ties into the moment we just talked about where Manny was kind of, Constantine was basically doing exactly what Richie was doing. But when he was talking to Richie, he was fronting like, nah, I'm good, I'm tough, this, that, and the other thing. And Richie knew, he didn't buy it. And so that's why Constantine kind of cracked, because he was literally just wallowing a day before. So that was kind of cool. But the and he's seeing the ghost of that friend he had the demon possessed and ate him alive, who's now a ghost in that cabin, because you can see it in the mirror. So they make mention that the mirrors are enchanted. They can't pull him in. And then this girl like goes, I'm just going to call my mom. And she looks at her cell phone and sees her reflection in it. And whammo, her soul gets sucked in. Dum da dum dum dum.
Siri, is my soul gonna get sucked? Ah! Yeah.
Siri, where's my soul? Ooh! And she goes catatonic. So now Constantine and Richie have to go save her, and they go in. And this is actually pretty cool. They go into the house. They're getting their butt kicked by this guy, and Constantine basically talks about, tells Richie about that this reality, he can control it. And Richie masters it and like makes a door appear, which was really cool.
Because Richie's pretty powerful.
He makes the sun come out and banishes this psycho ghost, right? Which was super awesome. And then after it banishes the psycho ghost, the whole thing changes and they go outside. They save everybody except for when the house collapses. It takes the 3 people who really died, but the other girl gets back. And Constantine goes back. But before they do, Richie is actually, he pulls this like Dr. Manhattan moment where he's like, maybe I will create some life of my own and go visit other worlds, create life. It was a very Watchmen kind of moment where he was like, I could create a paradise here. I could be a god in this realm and not be afraid anymore. And John kind of gives him the push he needs. And we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're running away.
You're hiding. Yeah. We need you for this battle. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I was wondering if Jeremy Davies was now going to be catatonic and taken care of in the cabin, or whether or not he was going to come back, and they brought him back.
And I wanted him to come back so badly. I'm like, I want to see this character again on the show. This is a great character. Please, please, please.
And he's back. He's back.
Yes.
In it. So that was cool. And Constantine, I think at the end, is drinking again. And looking at the ghost of his friend in there. So his crew's getting bumped off a lot, and so that's why I was afraid for Richie. But he survives. Great episode, pretty scary actually. Very, very, very horror movie kind of feel to it. All done in 20. How many minutes? I don't know. It's an hour TV show.
Yeah, you had the college students playing with magic, which never leads to anything good.
Always leads to evil.
The serial killer, brilliant psychopath. That's just never a good mix. And impending doom and evil. Yes. So I thought it was really well paced. Worlds. I really liked the writing. I thought the cast was great. The introduction of Jeremy Davies as Richie is fabulous. So. Yeah. I was a happy watcher.
I think he's been on before. He's been on once before, I think.
Has he?
Yeah, Jeremy I think Davies? So. I think he sees him in the pilot or something like that.
I don't remember.
He goes and he seeks wisdom with him when the episode of the guy who gets possessed, I think. Anyway, point being, great show. So the show's fate is in doubt, serious doubt at this point. Which is sad.
This was a good episode.
But the show's fate on NBC is in doubt. I hope even if NBC doesn't renew it, that the production company finds a place for it. Sci-Fi Channel, crud. I'd rather see this on TNT than Librarians, to be honest with you. Sorry, Librarians, but I prefer this show. It needs to find a home. If NBC doesn't want it anymore, it needs to go somewhere. Sadly, that means a different kind of budget. Effects budget would probably go down, and production value, we'll see what happens, but at least they have all those set builds regardless.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
And they've got wardrobe set. And
they've got wardrobes and everything. You pick out their lady trench.
Put that lady trench.
All right. Thanks for tuning in for this episode of Spyt-Takes about Constantine. Do check the show out. It's a great show. Let the network know how much you like it, if you do like it, and if you... Also, the production company that you want to see it survive, regardless of whether it's on NBC. And,
I think it deserves a shot.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Especially this last episode was really strong.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode of Spyt-Takes. Take care.